There are a number of reasons that you might need to change the contents of a smart object. Perhaps you're doing template work and you need to swap out images, or you're creating a design and you're waiting for the high res version or the final retouched photograph. In this example, we're going to start with the clouds layer open, and then we're going to place another file by using the file menu and choosing place embedded. We'll navigate to the mountains image and then place that as a smart object. Photoshop places the file and it resizes it to fit in the open document. In order to apply that transformation, I can click the check mark. If I want to bypass that in the future, I can select the preferences and then general, and I can enable skip transform when placing. There are two other preferences that affect the placing of smart objects, and that's the resize image during place and always create smart objects when placing. I'm going to leave both of those enabled and click OK. Now I need to change the stacking order, so I'm going to convert the background into a layer by clicking on the lock icon, and then I'll drag the mountains underneath the layer. I'll select the clouds, and then I'll change the blend mode to overlay, and I'll decrease the opacity of the cloud layer to 50%. Then I'll select the mountains layer. This is the smart object that I will eventually replace, but first I need to do a little bit of work. I'll choose the edit menu and select transform, and then flip this horizontally. And I want to add a border, so I'll use select and then select all, and then modify that selection by choosing the modify option and then contract the selection by 50 pixels, applying the effect at the canvas bounds. Then on the layers panel, I'm going to add a layer mask in order to mask those edges. Now at this point, we've done some work masking this layer as well as transforming it, but at this point, I need to replace it with a different image. So from the layer menu, I'll choose smart objects and then replace the contents. I'll navigate to this branches image. We can see that the tallest branch is on the left side in the original file, but once I place it, Photoshop will transform it, flipping it so the tallest area is on the right, and we still have the mask, so we didn't have to redo any of our work. Now, as your files get more complicated, you can see how replacing the contents of a smart object can save us a lot of time, especially if we're working with other people on a design and we don't have the final artwork. One thing to note, if you have different size original files, you might need to resize them when you replace the contents, but because they're smart objects, the transformations are non-destructive. So there you go, an easy way to quickly swap out the contents of a smart object in Photoshop.